The British royals have always had a rather interesting relationship with tabloids. But the royal family has rarely challenged specific publications or articles. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has now revealed that Meghan Markle has filed a lawsuit against a British tabloid and its parent company over the publication of a private letter. In a lengthy personal statement on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's official website, Prince Harry says that the painful impact of the intrusive media coverage had driven the couple to take the action. Not just that, Prince Harry drew a connection between the treatment that his mother, Princess Diana, had received from the press and what he has now seen Meghan Markle go through. These were the exact words that he used. "I lost my mother and now I watch my wife falling victim to the same powerful forces." The announcement came towards the end of a 10-day tour that brought Meghan and Harry to various locations across southern Africa. According to Prince Harry's statement, the claim alleges a breach of the Data Protection Act of 2018. The British tabloid coverage of the royals has long oscillated between stories about weddings and births and articles denouncing their habits and indulgences. Meghan's lawsuit is not the first one that the family has filed over privacy concerns. In 2012, the wife of Prince William, Kate Middleton, had brought legal action against a French magazine. The magazine had published photographs of her sunbathing topless at a secluded villa. A French court awarded the couple €100,000 for damages 5 years later. And for more on that, we have royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams joining us on the broadcast. Thanks very much, Richard, for speaking with us here on WION World is One. Let me begin by asking you, what's your take on what's been happening? Do you view Meghan Markle really as the victim of a witch hunt? And as Prince Harry claims, put simply, it is bullying. Do you agree with that?
I think that Prince Harry is extremely passionate and emotional because of what happened to his mother. He sees this recurring, and in November 2016, he attacked the press for harassment and racism. But this is an unprecedented 570-word statement made at the end of a tour. It's a brilliantly successful tour in southern Africa, and it's quite a bombshell. There's no doubt that it isn't just the one letter which Meghan is going to take legal action against the British newspaper The Mail on Sunday. They are unhappy about a great deal that is written in the media. And the problem with this is, firstly, it means that the legal action will mean that there will be a spotlight on Meghan's family, which is not going to be favourable. The second thing is, how do you stop the overwhelming amount of publicity about the members of the world's most high-profile royal family, which is what they are? It's very difficult.
All right. Would you agree with the claim that Prince Harry makes then, that history is repeating itself, and the comparison that he's drawn between the treatment that Meghan Markle is now receiving from the press and the kind of coverage that his mother, Princess Diana, had received?
I think that we must remember that when Harry and Meghan were engaged, most of the coverage was very, very favourable indeed. The problem started last year with so many rumours that they'd fallen out with William and Kate. The other difficulty is this dreadful trolling online, which is so difficult to police. But we have to remember there's one big difference. In Diana's day, the paparazzi was such a terrible threat. Now, though there are still some, they don't have many outlets. And I think things have changed radically since that terrible tragedy of Diana's death. I think Harry is unquestionably deeply emotional and passionate in his statement. On the other hand, this shows that they are both obviously deeply unhappy, and it's very difficult to know what will happen to the situation since it's a royal goldfish bowl. Everything they do is always going to get a lot of publicity, good or bad.
Right, the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, has stated in his letter, and I'm quoting from it, this particular legal action hinges on one incident in a long and disturbing pattern of behavior by the British tabloid media. That's what he has said. As a royal commentator, how do you analyze the coverage that the British tabloid media has been putting out, specifically also of the royal family?
I think that some of the tabloids have some pretty appalling commentators. I would say, however, that most royal commentators have attempted to be scrupulously fair. What one also has to bear in mind is the online trolling, the fact that there's a lot of problems in policing that. I do think that we are benefiting from the fact that the paparazzi, though a threat, are not as they were in Princess Diana's Princess Diana's day. I do also think that it is very, very significant. So I'll just say that word again. I do think that it is significant that the paparazzi are not the threat they were in Princess Diana's day. I think it's very significant indeed that we are the most, or the British royal family is the most high profile in the world. You're always going to get everything they do under the microscope. Therefore, you have to expect criticism. If you show yourself too sensitive to criticism, those who dislike you will know that their comments are hitting home, and it will be very difficult to stop them. Royals must be careful of court action. One thing you do not want with this particular court case is it actually going to court. Only 4 royal appearances since the 19th century, 2 of Edward VII, one in 1870, one in 1891, also Edward VII, and Viscount Linley in 1990, Princess Margaret's son, and in 2002, Princess Anne over a matter dealing with a dog. Royals keep out of court, and it must be hoped that this action will be settled because of the copyright Meghan has over her own correspondence out of court.
Right, that's about the paparazzi and their behavior. But speaking overall of the coverage of the royal family and their lavish indulgences, as many have called it, it is at the end of the day, it is the public money that is being spent for royal upkeep. So, would you not say that this kind of coverage or analysis of their daily life is more than justified?
It's an important point to remember that the public subsidised the royals through the sovereign grant, and Meghan and Harry have had £2.4 million worth of taxpayers' money to refurbish their home at Frogmore Cottage. But if you actually bear in mind the amount that the royals bring in for the British taxpayer on tourism, charitable works also, which are extraordinary, and Meghan and Harry have been brilliant on that. And also, if you consider the wider promotional aspect, royal trips abroad, a use of soft power, it's very hard to quantify this. I mean, I agree the British press are pretty ruthless. On the other hand, the monarchy is a unique institution. It's part of British life. It's a symbol of national unity where the country is currently marred in chaos. I am deeply saddened that Harry and Meghan feel so defensive and unquestionably unhappy about the coverage they've been receiving. It's very difficult. You can target a particular instance in the Mail on Sunday, as they have, where she has undoubtedly feels or been advised she has copyright over the letter that the paper purported to publish. But on the wider basis of the way the press are covering them as a whole, particularly the tabloid press, it's very, very difficult to see what they can do about that.